Welcome back to Orlando Out of Context.
Hey.
This is episode 28. I'm Brian.
I'm Stephanie.
Make sure to follow us on Instagram at Orlando Out of Context and visit us at orlandooutofcontext.com. And then listen and subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, and Google Play.
You sound like you just took a shot of coffee. You're so pep. There's some pep in your step right now.
Trying to be pumped up.
I'm getting pumped.
So let's talk a little bit about what we'll be speaking about this episode. We're going to talk about the FIBO convention. The FIBO convention, which was a convention that came to Orlando last year in 2018, the end of 2018, and it was a wellness and fitness convention.
Yep.
And Stephanie's going to give a report on that because
I went without you.
She went without me.
I did something.
And then we're going to talk a little bit about dining. We're going to talk about Luce, which is at
This
Hilton.
is where I exit stage left again.
Yeah. But you can give your input and go ooh and ah.
Oh, that's all I'm good for, an ooh and an ah.
Luce, which is at Hilton Bonnet Creek. And then Bulla, which is in Winter Park. And Bulla is a gastro bar.
What the hell is that?
It's just, I don't know.
Gastro?
Gastro is like food.
I know. It makes me think about a gastric bypass.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound
not very
appetizing.
pleasant. It's not a very pleasant word. But it's really a tapas restaurant, and it's a casual environment, and it's in Winter Park. And then we will talk about Dixie Dharma, which is a vegan restaurant. Which I need to take you there. We've been there before, but I think you might like the mac and cheese. We'll talk about the mac and cheese in a little bit. And then finally, we are going to give our report back on the Legend of Georgia McBride, which is the musical that we saw at Garden Theater. Yeah. So stay tuned all the way to the end, and let's have some fun. So, Steph, talk to us about FIBO.
Okay, so FIBO is this like huge convention. I guess it's really big like in Europe, but this is the first time it came to Orlando. And I don't know, they did like a last ditch effort to get some people in, but they contacted us.
Yeah, we did a giveaway.
Like at the end of the first day of the convention. So we had to like, I don't know. We did some last
I spent a whole evening. Listen, I spent like 3 hours getting that all together that evening for that giveaway. I made graphics. I did everything to give
I wish
that
they would
away.
have contacted us prior to the event.
That's because you could tell if they're contacting you by the time the event's already happening, wanting to give free tickets away. That means, and I knew that evening, and I should have known. I should have just not spent as much time. Yeah. But I wanted to present ourselves in a good light and present our viewer
try to get the word out.
Yeah, get the word out
to Orlando, which is what we're here to do. But so I ended up, they gave us free tickets and they gave us tickets to give away, which my friend Erica won from the gym.
So thanks FIBO for that.
And then the tickets that they gave us, I took along Josh and Kim, which we talked in episode 3.
Yes.
They're my trainers from the gym. So we had a great time. The 4 of us went together. And it was awesome because it was dead. There was nobody there. So we got actually a lot of like personal time with the vendors that were there. Like,
and free stuff, right?
Yeah, we got tons of free stuff. And we actually like pretty much sat and had conversations with a lot of the vendors that were there.
Cool.
Bang was there, which Bang is like an energy drink. It's like...
So
it's not a sugary drink. It's like a fitness energy drink.
Before?
Yes. Kim turned me on to Bang because they have it at the gym. So it's like an amino acids. Like it's supposed to be good for you.
Is it like pregame?
It's like
a pre-workout.
It's like a pre-workout energy drink. Yes. So it's not like loaded full of like caffeine and sugar and stuff. It's like meant for health stuff, like for workout people. And they have like a million flavors, and they just got some new coffee flavors. Mm-hmm. And they had all the flavors there, and they gave us like each like 10 cans of Bang.
Wow.
Which is awesome because they're like $2.50 each. They have them at the gas station. They're like 2 for $5 or $2.50 each.
Okay.
So
Free stuff.
Free stuff. We got water bottles. We got a bunch of stuff, and we got to like test out some of this really cool equipment.
So would you have paid for it?
Probably not.
Sorry, Phoebo.
I mean, probably not. No. What I thought was really cool was, so when we went, like, we had to register the tickets through Eventbrite. I don't know if you've ever used Eventbrite.
Yes, I use it at work.
So when we went to the thing, they just scanned like our Eventbrite ticket, and then they gave us this wristband that had a QRI box on it.
QR code.
And like, so every time we went to a vendor, they scanned the band, and then of course now I'm being raped with messages.
Of course.
But as far as like the vendor side of it, that's kind of a cool way to collect
that is cool
information on the people that you spoke to at the convention and to follow up with your clients.
That's great for marketing, especially if you have a high volume, which unfortunately those vendors didn't. But if you had a high volume to build your database of people to blast emails out to, that's fantastic.
But also I wish I would have known earlier too, because they had they gave us like the full access tickets, which also would have let us take some of the fitness courses that they had.
Okay.
They were doing in the morning, like some different courses, like group fitness classes and stuff. But, I had work and stuff, so I kind of... It was like a last minute thing, so
didn't fit into the schedule.
We were able to just make it for the last few hours to check out the vendors, but it was really cool. I'm glad that they gave us the chance to come, and if you want to give me free tickets again next year, I will go.
Well, most likely with
I can promote it better to my friends at the gym and the people in Orlando who care about fitness.
That's the thing. Like, do you think they should have, in terms of marketing? Should they have gone into the gyms more to go because to me,
it would make sense to me.
It makes sense to me too, but and do it months in advance as soon as they know where they're going to go next.
Like I didn't even see a poster at my gym. There could have been a poster up like, "Hey guys, there's a fitness convention coming." I don't know though, because it's kind of like looking at it from a different perspective. It wasn't so much for the average fitness goer. It was for people who are like in the industry,
already into
like people who are spending a lot of money to buy gym equipment to maybe make a gym.
So then you market to
it was
trainers.
Kind of more, and trainers. It wouldn't be for your gym goer for sure. Not now that I think about it, but yeah, I didn't even know it was coming to Orlando.
We knew the day that they direct messaged us in Instagram,
but. We all went. We had a great time. I'm glad that I got to take Kim and Josh and Erica because, Kim and Josh, they're in the industry. It's, they had actually a few friends there that they talked to, people they knew from other places. I'm glad we got to go make those connections, hang out, test out some of the fun equipment that they had, and get the free bang. Thanks, Bang.
Thanks, Bang, and thanks, Phoebo, for reaching out to us. And, it's possible that they might not come back to Orlando for a while because they might rotate this convention. Generally, these bigger conventions, I think that they rotate through different cities. It's kind of like
a yearly thing.
Or they'll skip Orlando next year and, go to Vegas next year or something. So, but if they come back, Phoebo, let us know, and we'll let our people know, our listeners know.
Yeah.
So... Anyway, so I've done a little bit of dining over the last few weeks. Since
a little bit is an understatement.
Well, since just before Christmas. But one of the places that I went to was La Luce at Hilton Bonnet Creek. I was extremely impressed with it. The reviews are really good. It's Italian.
These people on the website look like they're having tons of fun.
They are having tons.
They are just living their best lives and sipping on wine and throwing their heads back and being like, oh my God.
So this restaurant is a Donna Scala restaurant, and she passed away in 2014, but she was based out of the Bay Area of California, and so that's where the roots of this restaurant comes from. And it's a great Italian restaurant, and they make their pasta fresh in the restaurant, and you could definitely tell that they made it fresh. It was so good. And I just want to shout out to their team. They had a really great, kind, professional team, and I made a request to sit in a quiet area because I didn't want to sit next to crazy children
There were children at this restaurant?
There were children, but I made this request.
Restaurant.
I made this request before I arrived, but they fulfilled the request for the most part. We kind of had a quiet booth, kind of booth-ish. I think it was half booth, with just a chair along the wall, and it was nice. So they fulfilled my request, which dining the last few weeks over the holidays, that request hasn't always been made. So I definitely appreciate their staff there. And if you haven't been, go and try it. They have an excellent menu, and the flavor is very good as well. So
what did you eat?
What did I eat? We had the Frito.
What does antipasta mean? I always wonder when I look at a fancy menu what that means.
So antipasto or antipasti, it's like cured meats and olives, mushrooms, anchovies, artichoke hearts, etc., various cheeses, etc., etc. It's like appetizer stuff. So we had the Frito misto, which is the calamari, rock shrimp, fennel. They had onions, green beans, and it was served with a spicy aioli. It was really good. The fried calamari was excellent. The whole dish was really good. And then I had, for my dish, I had the pork and veal meatballs, because I'm not going to try to pronounce the actual name on the menu, because my Italian is crap. So, but it was very good as well, with a homemade pasta with that. Everything was extremely fresh. The bread was really good. Just everything. So if you're looking for a restaurant in the attractions area, a new restaurant, this is kind of off the beaten path, because I don't. Most times people don't think, I'm going to go to a hotel.
Do they validate parking?
Dining. They do validate parking. So there you go.
There you go.
Go try them out.
There are some very good restaurants inside of these nice hotels that we have.
There are, but I don't think most people think about it.
I don't think people think outside of the box. And as this is what our podcast is about, finding these little corners of Orlando that we can enjoy as residents and not just the tourist spots.
That's right. And the Hilton Bonnet Creek has great grounds, so you can go and take a walk afterwards, or just kind of explore the resort. It's a nice resort, and I highly recommend Luce. So go ahead and check it out. It is laluceorlando.com if you're looking to learn more about the menu. And I know I made reservations on Open Table, so they're on Open Table.
Get those points.
Get
Open
those
Table.
Points. Yes, definitely. So the next restaurant that I tried in the last few weeks is the Bulla Gastro Pub, and it gave me a feeling of kind of like maybe a little bit more of a kind of Earl's feeling.
Where was it at?
It is across from the Trader Joe's in Winter Park.
Oh, okay.
You know that kind of line of restaurants there across from Trader Joe's? It's right there. So it was good. And the ceviche was really good. What else did we have? We had flatbread as well that was really good. So definitely go try them out. They have a brunch menu on the weekends. Their endless mimosas, though, were like $15 or $18. So when I compare that to the price of Earl's, I'm like, I'm not going to do that.
No.
But their cocktails were very good. So go ahead and try Bulla out. It's right across, as we said, from the Trader Joe's in Winter Park. But shout out to them. The ceviche was really good. Which, you know what ceviche is, Steph? This is pop quiz.
Avocados.
No. Well, it could have avocados in it.
Salmon that was cooked with...
It could. Yes, you're on the right track.
With lemons.
Correct. So it's basically like a fish that has been, air quotes, cooked in citrus.
Yeah.
So this one wasn't salmon, but it was
and
some
tomatoes
kind of white
and
fish.
onions and peppers.
It could have all that type of stuff in it. This one wasn't exactly like that, but it could be a different variety of fish and vegetables and basically a citrus-based sauce, and it basically cooks the fish in that citrus-based sauce. Very good. You passed the pop quiz.
You know why? Because I watched the video that Kim made, and then you made
because Kim and Josh have a recipe, or I think it's really Kim's recipe for ceviche, and I had always liked ceviche, but I never made it home. And so when I saw her making it home, I was like, well, I can do that. So she
it looks very simple.
It's simple.
If you like stuff like that,
it's simple.
It'd be nice to prep for a party, you know?
I made a huge bowl of it. When I made it, it was like a huge, because I just grabbed the salmon from.
So how long does it keep?
Trader
Like, say
Joe's.
if you were like meal prepping. So you know how sometimes food, like the longer it sits, like it can get better or it can get worse. You know, if it's marinating and all those flavors and the.
Well, ceviche to me is always best when it's really, really cold.
Yeah.
So it got better like the next day, but in terms of keeping, I wouldn't keep it probably more than like 4 days or 5 days. Probably looking at it, and I don't know. We could Google that, but we'll have to link Kim's ceviche recipe.
Because if it's like the lemon that's like cooking it per se, like the longer it sits in all those juices, I imagine it would get like, I don't know,
kind of stale in taste.
Yeah.
But no, it was a good recipe, and you could adjust that in so many ways, add different flavors, and anyway, I love ceviche. So the last place I wanted to talk about was Dixie Dharma, which is an all vegan restaurant, which Stephanie gives a frown at.
I just think I just won't give my. You go ahead and talk about it. I won't put my 2 cents on veganism.
Dixie Dharma. Dixie Dharma does brunch. I'm not sure what exactly the specific dates are for the brunch, but that's the time that I was there, and so I got the biscuits and gravy, and it's house-made drop biscuits with southern sausage gravy, Burma maple glazed sausage, heirloom tomatoes, I don't know what that is, sage, and included a choice of the side. My side I chose was the creamy cashew mac and cheese. Let me tell you that the sausage looked like sausage.
When you messaged me, this is what turned me off. You sent me a text message. You said the sausage, and you put sausage in quotes. Tasted like. You said something about like the texture of it, and I'm like, I don't want to eat something that's mystery.
But the texture, and we're not going to get into the vegan details here of what it actually was, but it's probably built on some
hillbilly chili dogs.
It's kind of built on some kind of soy product or something.
They
with
have
sausage.
a cute little menu like tiki tacos.
It's cute, but anyway, the sausage,
hillbilly chili
the sausage, it tasted like sausage, and the
texture. What was it?
We'll have to.
Why are you going to eat something that you don't know what it is?
Because you know it's
kind of weird.
It's like it's vegan, so it's
so what? That automatically means it's amazing.
Well, it was really good.
And how was the prices? Oh, the prices
the prices are good.
The prices are very good.
I have to say about Dixie Dharma, all the prices are like under $13 or $14. Let's say there's nothing on this menu
that's a very good prices actually.
And the portions are like really good.
A wet burrito. Ooh.
And the creamy cashew mac and cheese, that's what Steph would eat from here.
So where's the cashews come in? Are there chunks of nuts in there?
So one of the way they fake cheese is through cashews. And so...
Fake cheese. Oh, my God.
But it's really good. If you have... Well, we all are at some point lactose intolerant and really shouldn't be eating dairy as much as we do. But... if you want to substitute your dairy and you can't eat dairy, this creamy cashew mac and cheese tastes like freaking mac and cheese. I'm telling you, it tastes like mac and cheese, and it's one of the best mac and cheese I have ever had. It's creamy, it's rich,
better than
it's delicious.
7 Bites?
Oh, no, it's not better than 7 Bites, but it's not far from 7 Bites. Honestly, it's not. It's really not. I mean, because 7 Bites has freaking butter and and cheese and real cheese up in
dripping
there.
Over the plate.
I mean, it's ridiculous. It's like you have to go straight home after you eat that because you need a nap or 2. You need to at least give the mac and cheese at Dixie Dharma a try. Next time I'm there, they have to-go mac and cheese that you can heat up at home. And I'm gonna have to buy one, and so I can bring it back and heat it up for you. But this is also where Valhalla Bakery has items here.
So Dixie Dharma is located in Market on South, which is basically like a small food hall where they have bakery items.
Food hall in air quotes is what I would
like,
say.
Because they have other vendors there. I mean, it's not just Dixie Dharma. It's not a free.
But it's one cash register.
Yeah.
So it's one cash register for any of the non-consumable items. So they have merchandise. Mm-hmm. So it's one register for the merchandise and Dixie Dharma and Valhalla bakery items.
And they have inside and outside seating. I think it's a cute little location.
It's a very cute little location for sure. So, what?
Tell me about the milk. You never answered me.
So, because I'm saving it for the episode.
When I messaged you didn't answer me.
I know, I'm saving it.
Give it to me now. I'm ready.
So we have known about Sweet Utopian for a while. We wanted to do an interview with them, but that never came into fruition.
Candy tea.
But Sweet Utopian does plant-based milk products, and they have them there at Market on South, and I was able to have that while I had my meal. And I had the Terra one. It was very good.
I really want to try these.
So good. Not too sweet.
Now, what is the Terra flavor?
It's like the taro. Taro is like a root I think taro is like a root that I'm guessing, turn into a juice product. They don't have it on the list here. They don't have it on the list.
Slay. What is that? Black white chocolate. I really want to try the lavender one a lot, and I want to try. I think they have a turmeric one that I really want to try.
Yeah, they have a bunch of flavors, but definitely recommend if you see Sweet Utopian around town. They don't have a store per se. I think you can actually.
They have delivery now, but
deliver
it's certain areas only.
Okay.
Certain zip codes only. But check out the website.
Yeah, go check them out. It's very good.
And follow them on Instagram because they have like they do like specialty flavors that are limited edition. Like they had a flavor for Pride.
Okay.
But it was limited edition. So if you check out their Instagram, they always have those flavors. And I really like their Instagram because it's very artistic and they always take
has a good aesthetic.
Yes, it has a good aesthetic.
And you can visit them at sweetutopian.com. So definitely check them out. Very tasty. So we are recording this episode about a week before we're actually seeing the performance of The Legend of Georgia McBride. So we just kind of want to set this up for you. As we said before, we now have a great relationship with Garden Theater and Winter Garden, and they have invited us to come see the opening night of The Legend of Georgia McBride. And let's kind of give you a rundown of what it's about. So this is the description. What do you do when your Elvis act gets an axe? With a pregnant wife, an empty bank account, and an eviction notice on its way, Casey trades in his jumpsuit and becomes the most popular drag queen in the Florida Panhandle. The Legend of Georgia McBride is a show-stopping, hilariously extravagant comedy about discovering your true voice with music and glitter galore.
Glitter galore. Woohoo!
Ma, this production contains strong adult language.
Yes, it's right on my alley.
So the New York Times says, stitch in your side, funny, full of sass and good spirits.
Sass.
And the Hollywood Reporter says it's a genuine crowd pleaser. I'm really looking forward to it.
I am too. I initially, like, when I heard of like the title, I didn't really know anything about it. And then I read the thing and I was like, ooh, drag queens and Elvis. Like, this could be fun.
Yeah.
And
it's
now
based
that
in
I
Florida.
read all the way to the end that says it's full of adult language, I'm down. I'm in.
So
I'm fully commit. I'm there for it.
The cast is Chris McCoy plays Casey. Rich Somsky plays Eddie. Freddie Ruiz plays Rexy and Jason. Simon Coulthard plays Miss Tracy Mills, and Adia Seckle plays Joe.
I wonder if the lady that played the teacher in Christmas Story will be there.
I know that
she was
your
favorite.
favorite. I know she was your favorite. You're gonna have to find out who she was. I have the program right there. You're gonna have to follow her.
We're gonna have to look at
on
her
IG.
real name and then see if she's in this show too.
And this production is directed by Rob Wynn Anderson. So make sure that you go and grab your tickets. You'll want to visit gardentheater.org, and you can purchase your tickets right there on their website.
And again, as far as like a night out on the town or a date night goes, it's a great area. There's tons of restaurants around the theater. There's ample parking in the parking garage. It's a great place to have a date night.
Yeah, if you haven't been to Garden Theater, you really need to go and check it out. It is really a great little theater. So what do you think so far? We just watched the first act.
It blows me away. It's
You
way
like
better
it?
than I thought it would be.
It's really cute. So
I didn't really have any expectations.
Who's your favorite so far?
Probably Rexy, the drunken drag queen on the roller skates.
I love Tracy. Tracy's really good.
Yeah,
she plays her part really
Yeah.
He plays the part really well.
it's so funny. I love that it's like R-rated because it's very different than the last production we saw here, which was A Christmas Story. This one is like for adults only, and I love it.
It's really good. Yeah, so Miss Tracy Mills, Simon Coldhard, I think he's really good. And Rexy is played by Freddie Ruiz, and he's hilarious. I kind of wish that he was in it more.
I wish they would have just had 3 drag queens instead of 2.
Right?
I thought that's what they would do.
And Chris McCoy's doing a great job as Georgia McBride.
Yeah.
So far after the first act, we're really loving it.
I'm loving it
hilarious.
big time.
It's hilarious.
I really like
And
it.
the set is really cool.
Yeah, there's like these big flamingos, and it's supposed to be like a club in South Florida.
It's not South Florida, it's Panhandle. So
The Panhandle.
yeah.
Okay. So you know how Florida is with flamingos and like palms.
It's camp. It's
and,
very campy.
yeah.
So yeah, but no, the first act is really good.
And they have this kind of like really straight white guy who runs the bar, and he's kind of like the introducer to the act.
And he's just like really dry.
And he's really
doesn't have much of a
dry,
personality,
yeah.
but he's funny.
But it's funny.
So when we started the show today, they announced the 2020 season. So we are going to play a clip of what they're going to be showing in the upcoming season for 2019-2020. So make sure you listen to that.
Listen in.
And make sure, we'll keep saying it, go buy your tickets.
You can even sign up for that pass so
Yeah.
that you can have, a ticket to every show. You can choose your seats ahead of time and everything like that.
Exactly. So make sure you go and visit gardentheater.org to purchase your tickets.
Yeah.
I'm going to announce to you the 1920 season. In the fall, in August, we will start with show number 1. It is a new American classic. It is a show that is filled with compassion and courage. It displays the true portrait of America at the dawn of a new century. It is Lynn Ahrens and Stephen Flaherty's Ragtime.
I'm just going to do the wow factor.
We continue in October with the a tradition that we've started in sort of paying tribute to that time of year, the fall, the Halloween era, and we are going to do a play that ran for 4 years on Broadway. It is the longest running comedy thriller that ever ran on Broadway, so it's funny and you can scream to. In fact, I saw it on tour years ago, and it was the first time that I heard an audience collectively scream at once and laugh at the same time. So it's really great. The play is called Death Trap, and it is by Ira Levin.
Yeah.
Show number 3. So, continuing our holiday tradition and celebrating the Christmas season, we're going to bring to you a classic of the season stage, and that will be A Christmas Carol, A Ghost Story of Christmas.
Oh, yay. What a classic.
After the first of the year, you heard of that?
Probably not, no.
Yeah, okay. After the first of the year, we move into 2020, and we are going to add another musical to our slot this time. We are doing a musical that is about a girl who has, she suffered a disfigurement when she was younger, and she's traveling across the country to see a televangelist who is sure who will heal her. And it's about finding yourself and loving yourself and seeing yourself the way other people see you. And that musical is called Violet. Next up, this play is written, I worked a couple of years to get the rights to this play. I'm very excited about it. It was written by the same gentleman who wrote the 4-person version of the 39 Steps, the Alfred Hitchcock thriller. This one is a 4-person play with 4 people actors taking on multiple characters as they do their best to reenact the great Cecil B. DeMille spectacle, Ben-Hur. And yes, there are chariot races. We announced earlier, last month in fact, our spring musical, and that is Roald Dahl's Matilda, the musical. And so we will be one of the first theaters in our area to present that, and we're very proud to be able to bring that to our stage. And then, our 7th show. So it will be, we started this tradition last season to add a 7th show, a summer show, into the mix. We started that with Xanadu, which was crazy and fun. Coming up in July, we're going to be doing Flashdance the musical, which is straight from its national and international tour. So that's all the songs that you remember from the movie are in it. And so this coming in the 2020 summer season, it will be a musical that I'm sure that you've heard of. It's the one that you want, and it is Grease.
That one excites me.
So that's all I have. Ragtime, Death Trap, A Christmas Carol, Ghost Story of Christmas, Violet, Ben-Hur, Matilda the Musical, and Grease.
Thank you guys so much for listening. Remember to grab your tickets to The Legend of Georgia McBride by visiting gardentheater.org. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at Orlando Out of Context. Visit us at orlandooutofcontext.com and listen and subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, and Google Play. And until next time, bye. Oh, ma.